Hi, welcome. I'm Frank Abasekong and this is Console Craft Studio, where we learn everything filmmaking. So today I'll actually be helping you understand the 180-degree rule. The 180-degree rule is a compositional rule that states that there is always an imaginary line within every space you find yourself in as a DP or as a director. Okay, so once you step into a space, you would have to choose which area you want to work with and which area you do not want to work with. The area you want to work with is the area where the actors will stay. The area you do not want to work with is the area the camera will stay. This is quite simple, but it's very logical. It's something you need to really understand so you don't break the rule ignorantly. Now, what this states is there is always an imaginary line of action within every space. So the DOP would have to demarcate where is his line of action. This will actually be determined by the director's blockings and the area of the sets which you intend to use. So once the director's blockings has been decided, and then which of the four walls within that space you have decided to use. Basically, you would always find yourself working with two walls out of the four walls you would find within a space. You would always have to decide which of the two works well for your concept, which of the two works well as for scene design, and which of the two would favor the camera properly, maybe because of light directions or light setup or something. Once that has been decided, you've decided which of the walls you want to work with, if it's this and this, or if it's this and this. You now know which side the actors will play for and which side the camera has to face. And when you decide which area the camera will face, you should not, for any reason, cross the line of action to the other side and do your setup on the other side facing this way. So what I will actually interpret that to mean is that the camera operator should not back a particular area of that set and should not face a particular area of that set. Let's take a typical example, that the camera is placed here and then I am where I am now. Even if we were two characters here having a conversation and then the camera is placed from here, if we decide that the camera will be placed on this side, shooting to this other side, that's shooting us right now, the camera should by no means be moved this way to shoot for this side. Once you do that, you're crossing the line of action. The line of action is set is this way right now, so the camera is staying here, and all the shots, the long shot will be taken from here, the close-up will be taken from here, despite that we are two or it's only me. All shots will come from this angle and not this angle. Now, when you know the rules, you can actually break the rules. You know that there is always an imaginary line you should not cross. So if you have any reason to cross over this way, there are still tips and ways to do that. You can cross. The only way you can cross the line of action and not be held accountable for it would be if you cross that line with movement. So let's take, for example, that you want to cross over to this other side, maybe for one reason or the other, which I truly don't know. Or let's say I had a different character in front, which that now favors me, and then maybe another shot from here to favor him. So we don't come this way. Since the characters are both over the table facing each other this way. The first camera has been planted here to take my shot, another camera planted this way to take his shot, another camera planted this way maybe to take both of us now on a long or on a medium two shots. Now, we don't take any shot from this side for any reason. If we take any shot from this side, we really need to take a shot from this side. The camera here right now would have to take a dolly movement across the line of action, because when it does that, when it crosses the line of action with movement, the audience are carried along across that line of action. So what really happens when you break the 180-degree rule? There is a perspective to every position people sit and where they are actually facing. If I am seated this way and the camera is planted here and any shot is taken from this way, we would frame it with nose room to this way, meaning I am having a conversation with this guy, so my nose room would be this way. My direction is this way. Okay, he too facing me, his point of focus is this way. His nose room will be framed to this part as well, and then the direction he's looking at would also be to that same side. Looking at the picture from the left now, I would be looking right, okay, and he will be looking left. That actually shows that the subjects are looking at opposite directions, meaning they're looking at each other sitting on the opposite directions. So I'm looking right and he's looking left. So, but when we cross the line of action for any of our shots, so let's say we take a long shot from here, I'm looking right, he's looking left, we go this way, frame the shot, give me the nose room to the right, I'm looking right. We stay here, frame his shot, giving him nose room, he's looking left. Okay, so at any point where maybe a camera from here, maybe this very camera has to go this way to take my shot. The camera here moving this way to take my shot. What happens is I start looking left. Okay, so my nose room is framed to the left, so I start looking left because I'm actually talking to the guy and in this position. So from this side, I'm looking right, but from here, I'll be looking left. During editing now, you would find out that both of us are looking at the same direction, and that entirely confuses the audience and totally disorients the viewers of where the scene is taking place, which directions are these characters looking at, where are they seated. All those informations will be entirely destroyed simply by crossing the line of action to take one shot, because both characters now start facing the same direction instead of opposite directions. I hope that is clear enough though. You can actually cross that line of action using movement by planting the camera here on maybe a slider or a track and then slowly just moving across the line of action, crossing the back of the subject still on me and then arriving this way. Anytime you choose to cross that line of action using this concept and this style I have given to you, using movement like that, it means everything, all shots that were taken from this way has to come this other way. It will spell out mistake when you use that shot, cross the line of action to this way, and then the next shot we have again of him is taken from this way. So mine was taken, you cross the line to this way, and then the shot comes back this way, and maybe you could even return it back again this way or this way. All that entirely just confuses the shot. If you're crossing the line to this way and you still have shots to take and you cross it this way, all your shots has to come this way to complement your new angle and your new position and your new line of action. So I always advise, if you need to break the line of action that well in the middle of a scene, add it to your storytelling process. Add it to the power of telling that story. So this is how far I can go for the 180-degree rule. So please, the next time you're stepping into a location, have it at the back of your mind that there is an imaginary line and you have to stick to the line of action. So at this point, if you truly still don't understand the 180-degree rule, or there is something you want me to, an area you want me to still nail, please drop that at the comments below so I can possibly create another video from that specifically for you. Maybe you have tried out the 180-degree rule before, maybe it failed, maybe you succeeded with it and you have an experience you want to share with us. Please drop it in the comment section so we can learn from your experience and grow together.